doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Rock and roll and DJ Deco is in the building. How are you doing today, man?
Amazing.
You're taking over a whole new wave of sound, man. What would you say you're combining sounds with? Is it EDM? Is it trap with trap? Like, how do you look at what the sounds being produced is called?
Well, we defined it as Tektroit.
Yeah.
Tech, Detroit, because I'm focusing on Detroit rappers, blending it with techno, tech house, dance music. So EDM has a lot of subgenres underneath it, and I'm capable of producing a lot of them. So based on the rapper that we have and the sound, we're going to define what genre we're going to make on that record.
Incredible,
You
man.
know?
Yeah. Audi Money was the first person that I heard. I was scrolling through Instagram and I heard him and I was like, yo, where did Audi get this beat from? I was like, this sounds like nothing he would ever rap on, but it's so perfect. I messaged the boy. I don't think he got back to me, but I was like, where did it come from? And you're the one who developed the sound.
Yeah, Audi Money and me, we go back in the last year. You know, we've been kicking it. Like Normo connected us. Normo and I have kind of developed this sound together. He's a good friend of mine, and he's been seeing me come up as a DJ many years. I did produce that record. I didn't know he was gonna be on it, but he fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Lambo Money. We shot that video in Miami and over here in Detroit in like 5 locations. Craziest Lambo. Like you only needed one car for that video. That was perfect.
Yeah.
That video was sick. So we put that as a first record on volume 2.
How would you explain Tektroit to people who we can't play the sounds right now, but how would you explain what Tektroit is?
Tektroit is a blend of Detroit rap and dance music. It's a fusion between both worlds, bringing them together. And it's not limited to just Detroit rappers. It's any kind of rap or that kind of flow on a dance record, because usually dance records have like more symphony vocals, more vocal chops, or like the same word getting repeated over and over, or no vocals. So I'm taking a rap vocal and putting it on a dance record and doing it over and over again with rappers that have never done it before.
Yeah, we just got to listen to a few samples, Nisha Nashe, Tay B, and it just sounds phenomenal. It sounds like I said to you earlier, timeless music. We're going to be hearing this forever.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the response you've gotten so far, stream-wise and audience receptivity-wise?
Look, response have been amazing. I'm so grateful for the positivity that has came out of this. It seems like Detroit really needed this kind of music because it was lacking in this department. I don't see many EDM artists emerging from the Detroit scene. I see more rappers. We're more of like a rap city known for, even though Techno was born here. But I've had a lot of big artists on this, and it's going to keep growing into something bigger and bigger. Volume 2 just released, and we had 13 songs. Bigger artists than the first one, but what I can say is the artists on the second, even though they were more well-known, every artist can produce something really good if you have the right team in the studio, the right vibe, the right environment. And I realized if a rapper wants big money for a feature, that doesn't mean it's going to be better. It could be a small guy, a brand new artist. If you give him the vision, you give him the right track, you have the right vibe, he'll make something better than the superstar.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. The underground still has powerful sounds, right? And the mainstream, they're always going to have that familiarity, but sometimes that new, hot, fresh, new take is what makes a song sound great, right?
As the producer, we have to get in the studio with that artist. We have to bring the best out in that person. Because these rappers never heard these sounds before. Like, you should see the look on their face when they're in the studio and we play what we've already made and what they're about to rap on. And like, it's a magical moment because we're introducing these rappers into a sound they've never heard before and then getting them to rap on it. So it's new for them.
Yeah.
It's really new for them.
Let's talk about you, Day Zero, man. Where are you from?
I grew up in Michigan.
Yeah.
That's why we're out here. I grew up in Metro Detroit, and now I'm based in Miami, and I've been DJing since I was 12 years old, bro. A lot of people know that. Throwing parties and promoting Vogue, Electricity, Annex. I mean, I was spinning at clubs. I played my first club at 15 years old. 15 years old. It was Mix in Bricktown. And then I played Annex at 16. Shout out Godfather. He gave me the opportunity. Appreciate you a lot.
DJ Godfather was the first one to give you a chance?
At Annex, yeah. 16, I opened up for Borges. He's a big DJ, and I played a set there, and that was like the beginning. I always knew this is what I wanted to do. This is who I was, and music for me like was always a part of my identity.
Yeah.
Throwing parties. I would throw parties just to DJ in front of people.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So at 12 years old, that's when you're first starting to mess with it on your own, and you're doing house parties and stuff like that?
My dad bought the gear for me. It was like $300. I was stoked, and I was DJing parties for $40, $50, $100. Like anywhere I could, my mom would drop me off. I would put the gear up, play all night, 4 hours, go home. And then I developed that into throwing my own events, and the energy just got so crazy where I started charging and selling out like local shows.
Really?
And I just put all my energy into promoting it, getting the stage, the performances, everything on deck.
Who were you running into from when you were 12 years old and up? Did you get to run into anybody that built a substantial name by now, or were you just working with the underground?
I mean, in Detroit, like big names are just popping in and out, right? DJ wise.
Right.
So, I mean, I would go to shows and meet other DJs backstage and give them my music and stuff like that. But really, I was making noise out here for myself. I never wanted to be a resident DJ. DJs would ask me all the time, come play here every Friday, every Saturday. I said, no, I'm not going to play every week. I don't want to be where everyone can see me every week. I don't want to be like available easily. I want to do my parties 3-4 times a year, sell out big shows, and have that kind of presence.
Wow.
So I always had that artist level. I didn't want to go every week.
Well,
you know?
So your first show that you sold out, do you remember where it was at?
I did a warehouse at a skate park in Royal Oak.
Oh, cool.
A modern skate park. Yeah, it was like 1,500 people, like Halloween party. It's all on my Instagram. It's on my website.
It's dope as
Yeah,
fuck.
1,000, 1,500 people. Like the owner of the warehouse was stealing money from me at the door.
What?
Yeah. He was literally like the security and the owner was like taking money from the fucking bucket.
Wow.
Yeah, like, and then I had to bring in my own crew to like manage the door in my next shows.
That's horrific.
This is when I'm like 16,
Yeah.
17 to 18, like.
So
You know?
when you at that time, you're building a name that's like highly reputable because you're able to sell out shows, you're giving great performances and everything like that. What was like your first big opportunity, do you feel like?
You have to make your own opportunities. And no one's going to give you an opportunity, man.
Yeah.
You have to go and create it for yourself. See, they think you're lucky, but you could say I'm lucky. But luck to me is when preparation meets opportunity.
Right.
And that's exactly what I did. I was prepared for the opportunity and I made my own luck.
Yeah.
So that's the mentality that I have now. I don't think anyone's going to give it to me. I'm going to have to go get it and I'm ready.
What helped you amplify your name to get to a bigger crowd? Was there a certain show or anything or a connection that you had made that blew your name up even more?
I think what it is like giving back in a way where you're showing the people you care.
Yeah.
So when I would like go out of my way to like meet people after the show and respond to people and give them shirts and like go out of my way to do things for people, people notice that.
Yeah.
You know, but being a producer is going to set me to the next level because I'm making my own music.
Yeah.
So when someone likes your own music, they can develop another relationship with you versus just a DJ.
When you were coming
know?
up, you said around 16 or 17, you sell your own show and everything like that. What was the next big move after that for you?
I had to become a producer.
Wow.
I had to like take a step back from DJing and get in the studio and learn how to use Fruity Loops, plugins, you know, all these different tools that we have now and produce music. And also a big part of that was, what is my sound going to be? Like, I don't want to sound like every other DJ that I like play because there's only one spot for everybody. That's how I feel. I feel like you can't copy someone else because that person already carved his spot in the industry. You have to be different. So I was DJing rap music. I was DJing techno music, house music. I always liked both genres because I grew up on rap. Like my dad's blasting Biggie, Tupac, all in the car. And I developed a passion for house music because I liked Ultra and like that kind of sound. So I was like, let me just blend them together. So I started making mashups. And then I'm like, let me make a song with my own drop, with my own rapper. And that was kind of how I thought of the idea and it started processing. I didn't do it right away, though, until I just really wanted it. When you really, really want it, then you take action.
What was the year? Do you remember what year it was that you decided to do the mashup?
The mashups are like live remixes. So when you're taking two tracks and combining them live, but the production started when I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, young on everything.
Do you remember the first mashup that you did with rap?
The first mashup that I did, I blended some B.I.G. and like some Hardwell, like or some Tiesto and like Tupac. Like I was just messing around, practicing bedroom DJ style, like just blending stuff together, you know?
Dope.
I'd always find remixes. A big part of DJing is like knowing your library, like finding songs, organizing your playlists. And I would dig forever to find stuff that no other DJ was playing. And I always thought, okay, a DJ is like one or two things. You can play everything or you can play only what you want to play. So you can play for the crowd or you can play for what you want to show the crowd. The DJ's job is to give the crowd something they didn't know they wanted. So like you can play just for them or you can play just for you. So once I started playing just for me, yeah, you're not going to make as many people happy, but you're going to develop your own artist's brand.
Yes.
In the process.
Wow, yeah. So do you ever blend that line though? Do you ever go like, you know what, I am going to play for the crowd today just because you can see that what you're doing might not be working at that moment?
You have to read the crowd, but yeah, it depends. Like it depends on where I'm at. I'm going to have to read the crowd sometimes and play for them, but keep my identity, right? There's certain things I'll never play, but sometimes you gotta adapt.
What was some of the biggest shows that you started off doing when you were coming in the game?
I played a lot of shows at Electricity.
Wow.
So like my local venue here, Pontiac, they draw a big crowd. So I was playing there, foam shows. They were fucking crazy. I love those days. You know, me and my brother, we actually started as a duo. Yeah. So I started by myself and then my brother joined me and now he's in another direction. I'm still producing. I'm keeping this going now. So I'm going as Deco.
Man, I remember Electricity was crazy. I remember everybody was calling me every weekend to go to Electricity. It was crazy. Like Thursdays or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was like the party place.
Yeah.
Right?
You used to party in Pontiac?
I didn't party there, but it wasn't like you could even get in if you were 18 or something like that.
Yeah. 18 or 21.
Yeah, something like that.
Either.
And so everybody was going there, but I never got in. I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't have ID and shit. Like it was all crazy. But like so when you're performing there, the crowd is just highly receptive towards you.
Yeah.
What was your next big show that you performed after Electricity?
So this is years ago, but I was hosting my own events. So I hosted some at Crowfoot next door. I mean, I opened for Lil Yachty. I opened for Uzi Vert.
Wow.
So when they played at Crowfoot, when they were much smaller, but they were still selling it out.
Yachty was small at the time and he was doing Crowfoot?
Yeah, Yachty did Crowfoot. It's on my Instagram. I'll put it back up. It's like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
He was at Crowfoot.
And so you opened up for him?
I opened up for Yachty.
Did he hit you up?
Played a hip hop set.
Did he hit you up? Did he like tell you like he wants you to open up or like how did it work?
So the guys that were throwing the show, I still know them to this day. They did a few shows there and they needed a DJ and I played the show and I'm telling you, if I didn't DJ and set up my stuff, the show wouldn't have happened.
Wow.
They were not organized. So I had to clean up the mess and I did it and it was a good show.
Isn't that crazy how like a DJ can really control the entire show and like you can fuck it up too?
Everything. Yeah. The DJ controls the whole room.
Yeah.
Has all the power.
Did you get to chop it up with Yachty at that time?
I chopped it up with him, backstage, couple minutes. You know, I always give the artist space because like they're trying to grow, they're doing their thing. A lot of people around them, but yeah.
I'm sure the artists come back and circle around to you after the shows though. Like, yo, like what the fuck was that?
They want to know what's up with the after party. Their friends are trying to hang out, you know. But I just graduated high school.
Oh,
I was 17 when that happened.
Damn. So you're probably the talk of the school and shit like that.
I dropped that video of the after party. I mean, the show, and it was a lot. Yeah,
dope.
People were talking.
What was the other artist that you said you opened up for after Yachty?
Lil Uzi Vert at Crowfoot.
Jesus Christ.
Uzi. They did Yachty and then Uzi. Yeah.
Incredible.
Then I threw my show at the skate park. Then I was doing Vogue. Vogue I sold out many times. And then I said, let me just start producing music now so I can take it to the next level. Because DJs are going to bring a crowd locally, but production and music's going to bring it globally.
And plus it's like your product, right? When you produce it yourself, right? Like it's entirely yours.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first big hit or your first big successful song?
I mean, the first song that like started the whole wave of Tektroit was Infinity. Yeah. We had Forever Meech and Whole Hunted Los on that song, and we didn't even know we were going to make this in an album. We just did the song, and we just kept playing it. And we're like, this is dope. Let's do this with another guy and another guy, another guy. And we just started reaching out to other artists that we mess with in the city. And one by one.
So when you see audience's reaction to hearing something they've never heard before, when you're mashing up these artists together on these tracks, like how is the response? Is it instant, like they understand, like this is incredible? Like how does the audience reciprocate?
It's always easier to play than the song. When you play on the song, you don't got to talk about it, right? But when I explain it to them, they're like, that sounds interesting. That sounds cool, but let me hear something.
Let's get real. You don't know what the hell you're doing as an artist. You have all the talent, a little clout, but no motion. That's because you don't know what the hell you're doing. I know it's harsh, but it's true. That's why we developed the Artist X strategy. It includes one-on-one sessions with hip-hop and entertainment moguls that will walk you through this hurricane we call the entertainment industry. You can receive coaching, music and social media analysis, and networking opportunities. Message kid.l.video on Instagram to learn more. Guys, stop traveling in the wrong direction. With an in-depth analysis, one turn can literally turn your career around.
Because it can sound a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It takes time, right? To have them trust the sound and trust you to figure out, like, is this going to work for me? And it's like it's been working, right? You said earlier you guys have already generated millions of streams off of this so far, right?
Yeah.
The Tektroit tape. Where are you getting most of the plays from? Like, is it the city itself or is it across the country?
Actually, we're in a lot of countries.
Wow.
Yeah, when I look on Spotify for artists, we're in like every major country. And most of them came from Spotify.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you guys are in Dubai and shit like that?
Dubai, I have to check, but I'm sure we get some streams in Dubai.
So you're worldwide.
Playlist things can get you everywhere.
Yeah. Especially because EDM and techno is so huge, man. And people are really tapping into the underground rap scene in Detroit now from other countries as well. So it's like genius.
You would know. I mean, you tell me, like the Detroit rap scene is globally known, right? For the sound that's coming out of it.
Yeah,
we have a lot of heavy hitters.
Jay Dilla like broke open the doors massively. Obviously, Eminem, D12 and everything like that. But Jay Dilla really, like, still to this day, there's a day for him all across the world. But to branch out with the sound, what's been the most difficult parts about it? Has it been smooth sailing since you started it, or do you find certain difficulties marketing it, or anything like that?
It is interesting marketing my music because there isn't one genre that you can say, okay, this is what it is, put it here. There's no main fan base. I'm creating a new fan base on this genre, right? I have to promote it to rap, and then they're like, this isn't rap, and then I promote it to house, and this isn't house. It's like a blend. So I have to find a way to get it, slip it between the cracks.
Yes.
For marketing.
That's like how the best bands are always made, though. The best bands, you can never really identify what type of music they are. Like Radiohead, like how do you really say what the fuck Radiohead is? Like it's not really easy to say, like, but that's what makes it the best. It's because, like, I don't know where to put this. But as far as marketing it, where have you found more success, on the rap side or on the EDM side?
Good question. I have to do both, and I'm still like analyzing the results for both, but probably the EDM side.
Yeah.
The EDM side, because the rap side, they want that heavy 808. They want those hardcore beats. Detroit rap has a different sound when it comes to the beats and the instrumentals. So I'd probably promote it to EDM and DJs more.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
When we're talking about some of the songs that you produced, you've had Quez on there, and you've had the Horse the One, which obviously one's For Two Dogs artist, one's T Grizzly's artist.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to talk to T Grizzly or Doug about collaborating with them?
Yeah, T Grizzly actually heard the whole album. He was in the studio with me when we made Messy with Tay B, and he really liked it. He really liked it, and he was messing with it, and I could see myself making a song with him in the future.
Damn, that'd be crazy.
I'm going to drop a First Day Out remix very soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because I love that song, and it's a Detroit classic.
That would change the game right there.
Yeah.
That's something you got to hold on to for sure.
That's the next thing. So be on the lookout. I'm dropping a bunch of remixes on all my favorite Detroit rap songs. And it's just because remixes, like, you already know the song, so Deco Detroit rap remixes is the next wave.
Now, you guys have been doing a lot of recordings at Royal House, Rogers Studio. I'm assuming you record with Julian, most likely?
Jew all the way.
Yeah, that guy's phenomenal, right?
I love those guys.
Talk about your recording process. Talk about the creative side of it. How do you formulate the songs? How do you know what's going to fit and what's going to work?
Good question. I always go in there like, is this going to work? But it always ends up working. We always just hit the spot somehow. But Royal House Recording got my back. Like, they've been with me day one. We started the first song with them, and we've recorded every song there. Every song we recorded there, I actually produce it in another studio, and we record at Royal House.
Oh,
So it's a good environment. The rappers come. They've been there before. It's big enough because sometimes they bring 20 deep.
Jesus.
You know, we have that studio packed. But we realize it's better to have a few people because it can get chaotic.
When
You
the
know?
artists are hearing the song for the first time, how long does it take roughly before they actually get a gauge of how to formulate their melody and punch in?
Every artist is different, but like for the most part, they know when they're showing up, they already know what to expect somewhat because they know what they're doing. They know who I am a little bit. They know they're getting on a techno record.
Yeah.
But I play them like 5-6 songs, and I don't play too much because you play too much, they're gonna be all over the place. You play them a couple songs and then have a couple options for them of what they're gonna rap on. I don't want to always have one option. You have one option for them and it doesn't work, and then you're stuck.
Yeah.
And I gotta like recreate the song while they're waiting.
Do you feel
you know?
like the closest to do anything similar to the sound from the underground scene was like when Sada Baby was doing like Activated and like Slide and all those songs like that? Do you feel like there was some type of techno or bouncy dance sounds to what he was doing with those beats? But it just never like, not to the level that you're doing it at, but like to kind of introduce it and see that there is success with that sound. Did you see that at all?
The tempo matters.
Yeah.
Like our tempo is 125 to 130. So like if a tempo is not that, it's not gonna sound like a house record, even if you have house sounds in it, you know?
Yeah.
So
but I
like,
feel like he's the artist for you, right? It's like, isn't that like the prime guy to be like, yo, you need to be like the fucking staple, the poster child of Tektroit?
I should go after him. There's a lot of guys on my hit list.
But that's the guy, Sada, man, because he's my dog. That is the sound that you need, like 1,000%.
I love his sound. And I can see myself doing a song with him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it happen.
When it comes down to DJing, how prolific are you with actually still going on and performing live on a weekly basis?
I don't do a weekly basis, but DJing is my favorite thing to do. I mean, actually being a DJ, like using the functions on the controller, like the loops, you know, the slip, you know, the scratching, the beat matching, the mixing. Too many DJs now are just hitting the button and then just trying to mix the record to the record. Like, play with the setup, know your setup. You know, like I grew up on DJ AM, DJ Mo Beats. He's a badass rapper, you know, DJ in the city, 3525. Like, these rappers know how to use their setup. They still scratch, they still beat match. EDM DJs are just mixing nowadays. So I'm trying to bring in like real DJing with my music.
Yeah.
You know, the whole 9 yards.
You feel like it's getting lost because maybe the technology is making it easier for these DJs to just think they can kind of skip the process and do the little things that matter?
I mean, technology made everything easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, sync mode and all of those things made it easier, of course, but it's hectic backstage. It's crazy. You know, you got girls backstage, you got people popping bottles, you got shots. Like, real DJing, you have to be focused, you have to be dialed in, and no one needs to be in your space.
Yeah.
So if you have everything right, go ahead.
Do you still gain inspiration from what's happening in the new trending sounds, or are you kind of in your own world as far as developing sounds that just need to be in your box of understanding?
This is the thing, as an artist, you need to know, you have to keep listening to new things, to put new things in you, to come out with new things. Sometimes I keep listening to what I like listen to as a consumer, like over and over again, but you have to force yourself to get out of that boundary and see what's going on out there. I don't want to sound like other people, so I'm in my own world like enough, but I can't forget about who I am, and I can't go out. I can't listen to that too much. I have to be a mix.
Yeah.
It has to be a mix, honestly.
It's tough though, right? It's like you want to stay unique, and like the only way to do that is to not listen to too many things, but also we grew up being inspired by things that made us unique, right? So it's like a hard line to kind of balance.
Yeah.
Who would you say is the most, as far as influence is concerned, influenced you the most throughout your DJing career and producing career?
I mean, the top 100 DJs, I still look up to those guys who play the big festivals. I mean, you know, top names like Tiesto, Van Buren, and there's a lot of guys now that are coming up that just made new music, like Mau P and R Craze, and a lot of those DJs. One song is all it takes. So a lot of these guys have one song and then they piggyback on that, and some guys have been making hits for a long time. So once I shift from Tektroit into being a hit maker, you're gonna see a lot of new music come out of me that you didn't expect, because I'm not just gonna be doing rap and house. I'm going to focus on hits. I'm a producer. I'm going to go in the studio focusing on making hits.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. That's a beautiful way of looking at it. Instead of going in just thinking like, oh, today's just going to be a whatever day, you got to go in with the mentality that you're going to make a hit, right?
You got to show up every day.
Yeah.
I mean, Eminem, when he was going to work, he treated it like a job, 9 to 5 in the studio every day. So as long as I keep pumping out music and staying up to date with the trends and collaborating with the right people, the hit is going to come.
Yeah. Now, you said you don't do weekly DJing, but yearly, I'm assuming you do a few shows a year. Talk about some of the shows that you do.
I do pop-up sets. I do clubs like Space in Miami, Treehouse when there was a Treehouse. I'm doing some yacht parties.
Whoa.
Yeah. So a lot of DJ mixes are going to be coming out soon just to play the album and to get people turned on to it.
What's it like living in Miami, man? Is it crazy out there?
It's crazy when I play my music and I'm actually living the life in my music. Like, I feel like the rap lyrics on my songs, because I've heard them so many times, I've like forced myself to like attract and to materialize like what's in it. Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You know how rappers like will rap about something and try to like attract what they're rapping about and they don't have it yet? I feel like they did that for me. Yeah. But a lot of the times when the rappers are in there, I have to tell them, I have to get their mind frame to think bigger. Like when they're talking about Chargers and Hellcats, I'm like, no, say Bugatti and Ferrari.
Yeah.
We're past that. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
right. You're
But
right.
Miami is insane. I love it. I've been there a long time now, and I'm very dialed in with like the people I go to and the promoters I work with and the spots I eat. And
So it's
the best.
never stop when you're in Miami. Is it never stop business as far as music's concerned? Like it's just endless over there.
You'll bump into random celebrities and just like I met Lil Baby in Design District like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I just bumped into him and I had just parked and he seen me get out the whip and he was walking right across from Cote Steakhouse. And I just, what up, Joe? What up? I got a song with your boy. It's AB. I played it for him.
Really?
We talked for like 5 minutes, chopped it up, and he was on his way. But you never expect things like that in Miami. But
What did Lil Baby say about the song?
he liked it.
Yeah.
He liked it a lot. And I went in a store across the street and his team was in there. I played it for them. And you never know if you play something for somebody, he might like it enough to just jump on a song,
Yeah.
you know?
Damn. What else did you run to in Miami?
What?
Did you run into anybody else in Miami that was like crazy?
Like I bumped into a lot of EDM DJs,
Yeah.
you know, Gordo, which is old. He was Carnage. I bumped into, well, you know what? A lot of clubs I go to, the rappers that are performing at the clubs, I'd be hanging out with them because I'd be at the owner's table. So like Offset,
Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty cool, man.
they're all out there.
Like, yeah, that's
They're
like
all out
to have access to be able to meet these people and collaborate with them. A lot of people like they die to just get to those opportunities because it's so difficult for artists.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of underground artists watch this podcast and they're always confused. Like, how do you get to those points? Like, how do you get to those rooms? But it's like, does it mean everything to get in those rooms? Does it always mean like you're gonna have all the opportunities just because you met somebody? You know what I mean?
No. If you just meet someone that doesn't guarantee you anything, I think you have to be an impressive person. You have to have some type of art or some type of product to already be to give them and to show them, to share with them.
Yeah.
Just meeting that person or being in the room with them isn't going to get you anything.
Yeah.
You got to have the product. You got to reach out to them correctly. You got to be likable. You got to be all the things. Because if they're bigger than you, you have to come up with something to help them if they're going to even look your way.
Yeah.
You know? Same thing if you're bigger than someone and they want to work with you. You know they're just trying to take something from you. So you got to have value. You got to provide value.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had before you came on here, we had this aspiring barber. He does haircuts for NBA players and celebrities, and he seen you for half a second. He recognized you immediately, and he was trying to get in touch with you afterwards after you left and everything. And I was like, he only seen you for 2 seconds. For him to recognize you within those 2 seconds in the shadow, I was like insane. So it seems like you stamped yourself with the younger crowd as well, man. When you see people inspired to meet you or anything like that, how does it feel to have that celebrity status for yourself?
Incredibly grateful for all of that. Like if someone wants to know something, I'm gonna do my best to help them.
No.
And if I can make someone's day and make happiness come to someone and it costs me nothing, I'm gonna do it every time. Like I want to inspire people to do what they want to do. I want to teach the young generation. I want to bring them up with me. When you have the mentality that you want everyone around you to win, you're automatically going to win.
Yes.
That's how you have to think. So I'm grateful. If someone looks at me like a celebrity, then thank you.
Well, you are a celebrity
Thank
DJ.
you.
It's not like you're not. You're a
Yeah.
celebrity DJ 100%. Like, you know what I mean? It's, you have...
Just comes with doing what you love to do and dedicating yourself to the craft.
Do you know any times where people have reached out to you for help and some opportunities that you've given upcoming DJs?
Some DJs, they listen to my music and they want to like learn how to remix songs, so they'll remix my own music. So I provide them with the stems. And some DJs, I will listen to their songs and give them constructive feedback. And by the way, I'm always listening to constructive feedback. Like I literally tell people, tell me what you don't like, tell me what you like, and I will keep that in my mind. I feel like too many people like get mad if someone doesn't like their shit. I don't care. If you don't like it, tell me what you don't like, and if it really makes sense, I'll adjust. I'll make it better. That's all about improving it.
Yeah.
You know?
When we talk about techno coming from Detroit, and it's kind of like a lost idea or just something people don't think about often, does that bother you at all? Do you want people to remind people about that?
A lot of people in my world know that it came from Detroit. Like Richie Houghton was driving from Canada across from Windsor to Detroit to like DJ and produce. You got the Saunderson. You got a lot of those guys that brought techno up. You got Movement Festival, which is people travel from every country to go to Movement. By the way, like I'm in Miami, and when I say I'm from Detroit, they're like, "Oh, I go to Movement every year." I'm like, "Wow!" Like they travel across the world to go to our festival just to hear techno.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is crazy how much like rap is propagated in our faces, like when you go on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like techno probably has more of a massive fan base in Detroit, but it's like not all over social media as much.
It's hidden because the rappers are all like they're showing their lifestyle more. They're more flashy. They're doing music videos. Are techno guys doing music videos with cars and jets and chains? And no, but the rappers are more showy. So of course that's in our face more.
But that's again why what you're doing is so brilliant, because now you're blending those worlds of like the underground sound that has more of a massive following combined with this thing that seems to have more of a massive following just because of the way media portrays it, right? And blending those two things together is pretty brilliant, man.
The music videos are crazy. Like
I seen all these monies. I was like, what the fuck is happening, man? I was so confused. I was so confused just because I was like, bro, this is so perfect, but I never expected you to do this. Like that's when I looked at it, I was like, I never
You did not expect Audie to make a video like or a song.
But
no one's seen it coming. No one's seen it coming.
And I guarantee you, everybody's just gonna wait a little bit before they reach out. I'm like, all right, I need that too now. Everybody's gonna need it, just like everybody needs an On the Radar. Everybody needs a No Jumper interview. Everybody needs like these big platforms. They're gonna be like, no, I need you to make that shit.
They're gonna need to come to me. They're gonna have to get this stuff going because I know how to make it happen.
Yeah, bro.
A lot of people reached out to me after we dropped that, trying to get me to do a song with them.
Yeah, so have you been like kind of screening people, kind of like this guy makes sense, this guy doesn't make sense, like type situation?
I look at people when they reach out, but it takes a lot of money, energy, time to actually make a song with someone. So they have to really come correct.
Yeah.
If they want to make a song.
Yeah.
You know, but we have music video with YB and Lil Bro. So we have Boom. Mm-hmm. We have Run It Up with GMO Stacks. We got Infinity, the first song. We got Slide with Snapdog.
Dope.
So we have those music videos. We're going to make 4 more for the new project. And we're going to make them more storyline. We don't want to be all showy rap video. We need to be more storyline and have it more of like a flow.
Do you orchestrate, as far as lyricism's concerned, anything for the artist? Do you kind of curate anything, or is it kind of left up to them to be creative in their own ways?
I'm going to call some people out.
What's up?
A lot of the rappers, they need help when they get in there on our stuff. So like my partner will help kind of hear what they're saying and say this instead. You should do this. You should do that, because they don't know if they should talk about like partying and like party stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like like the favors and that type of shit. You know,
for sure.
They don't know what they should talk about, because we're also like, don't talk about bang bang on the song, because that's really not what we're going for, and that's a lot of the times what they rap about.
Yeah.
But we let it slide. We help them sometimes of what they're gonna say, but for the most part, we have the team and we have the necessary tools to make the record, and they have what they need.
Yeah.
They got the vocals for it.
And that's all that matters at the end of the day, man. As long as the product's coming out good, it's like, okay, look, we're gonna change your creative output a little bit as an artist, but we're gonna make a banger. So it's like that happens all the fucking time, right?
I say the same thing. If you can figure out just how to get the product done, it doesn't matter how you got there. Like 5 + 5 is 10, 7 + 3 is 10, 6 + 4 is 10. How you got to 10, it doesn't matter. You got to 10.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter. So we have our structure. Everyone has their own structure. And a lot of big A-listers are doing this concept. They're doing one-offs, though. We're doing album. I'm going to start doing one-offs like when I pick who I want, but they're copying us.
Damn.
We're noticing this happen. We're like, that's literally our stuff. They're copying what we're doing, but I don't think they're delivering it the same way.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're taking it from the originator, only the originator can come up with the best product, right? So they can mimic it all they want, but that just means you have to rush the market faster, right? Like you have to get the sounds out faster. You have to get these artists, the bigger artists on quicker, or the artists that have the better sound on quicker. The only advantage of having the bigger artists on is obviously they market it at a massive scale versus the underground artist who has the better sound, but he has a lower following. So it's like, that's the dilemma, right? It's like you want the better sound. It might be this Audi Money. He has a good following, but then it's like, man, I want Big Sean on this bitch too. But that's a whole different process to getting to that point, which is difficult, right?
Yeah. I mean, they all have teams. You know, this music is timeless, like you said.
Yeah.
And like I said too, this can be played at Rolling Loud or Ultra. Like it can be played at both festivals. Like imagine being at Ultra. And you're hearing all these like more melodic vocals, and then you hear these rap vocals with these big drops. It's gonna be banging. Then you go to Rolling Loud, and you're hearing just rap beats and your favorite rappers, and you hear a different. It's gonna make the crowd do something different. It's gonna make the crowd respond differently, and that's what I'm going for. I wanna wow these crowds.
You know what I was really thinking too? That's obviously brilliant, but you already know all the clubs are gonna be generating these songs nonstop. So imagine if like 1,000 clubs are just nonstop circulating these songs, which is better. Like this is way better listening to this than hearing a fast forwarded rap from a Detroit rapper. I'd rather listen to this 1 billion times more. Like I'm probably gonna listen to this just off strength of just listening to it for the enjoyment. But if I was at a club, I'd rather hear this than that shit, the double speed shit that's been coming out.
And it's less work for the DJ because he doesn't have to remix it live. He doesn't have to speed the tempo up. He just clicks play and it's there. Like you have a club festival dance record with a rap verse.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Do you have any hidden features that you can't really name the names of, but some big names that are going to be on some newer projects?
Yeah, I got some names. You want me to reveal them?
Hell yeah, man! Shit. What do you got going on for us?
I mean, like we already mentioned his name earlier. I got T.
Oh, so T's gonna do this.
I got T. Like I'm talking. I'm in talks with them.
Yeah.
And I have some talks with some other artists. Like we talked to Kodak.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That would be incredible, man.
It would.
Getting Kodak on this shit would be crazy. The world needs a new sound, man. They need something to break off and shake their heads a little bit because we're hearing the same shit just repeating for the past decade, bro.
I know, but in your mind, you listen to a lot of rap music, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that you would listen to the whole drop?
Yeah.
In your car?
Yeah, because you know why, man?
Yeah.
When they were doing like the ukulele stuff where rappers were rapping over the guy with the ukulele and then they were doing piano and violins and now they're adding bands. I was like, man, I've been looking for this refreshing take. And then when I heard this, even when I heard it with Audi Money, I was like, bro, this is dope because it just feels clear, clean, and more fun and relaxed. Like, I'm not trying to hear the dark grittiness of the streets all the time. Like, I like it from time to time, but sometimes I just want to hear audio. I want to hear somebody like T, but rap on something that's like more chill, soothing, bumpy, or whatever the situation might be. So absolutely, I would listen to the entire song.
Beautiful.
It's just a matter of you getting to the artist that you really want to get to. That's the whole point, kind of, right?
So you want to hear the artist you normally listen to with his sound,
yes,
on a different beat. Like you like that
because it's redundant. Yeah, because it's kind of getting played out now. Like all the producers are making the same exact beats.
You heard it first right here, guys.
Yeah, everybody's making the same beats, and a lot of these rappers aren't even getting their beats from people local. They're getting them from like Australia and Russia and all these other fucking places where it's like, bro, they don't know what's going on over here for them to know if we like these sounds or not. Like
that's why these rappers should jump on these sounds like that I'm making because they're gonna get played out if they don't jump on a techno record, a house record with me.
Can you talk about some of your team, people who are helping you develop these sounds?
Yeah, so I produced the records. I mean, I've been getting a lot of sample packs and playing a lot of different sounds. You could hear the album and how diverse the sounds are. There's a lot of subgenres like tech house, bass house, future house, little drum and bass at the end too. So those sounds I've been curating for a long time. What I would do is I'll have a lot of projects that are like pending, that I've like started a melody on and threw a few things at it. And once I see something's there, I'll actually finish the thing. I'll actually get it done. Then when we go to like the vocal side and recording, like Normo, I've mentioned again, he's on my team. He's with Audie Money and me. Julian, who does my mixing and recording. And it's not that big, bro. I don't have that big of a team on the production side because I've developed the actual system myself. And you don't need that many people. You just need the right people.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it comes down to how you
Wait,
manage,
back up though.
Yeah.
A lot of people though, they'll actually say, "Oh, get this person on a song, get that person on a song," and people I know will refer me people. So in a way, they're a part of my team, my acquaintances and my friends who give me recommendations because I have a keen ear for recommendations and criticism that can help me. So they know that about me. So when people say something to me, I listen. I'll remember it 6 months later. You tell me something at the club at 4 a.m., you're rocked, by the way. I'm sober. I'm sober. I don't drink. I don't smoke, nothing. So I'll remember that and I'll implement it and you'll be like, that guy really did it. That guy did. He remembered what I was saying. So you have to be that kind of person to keep leveling up your music.
Yeah, highly perceptive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like super perceptive. I was gonna ask you. That's crazy that you just said that how you stay sober. Because I was gonna ask you, how do you organize yourself to be able to maintain this lifestyle?
You have to be sober.
Yeah, you do, bro. You do.
You have to. You have to, bro. Because our brain is so important for every function of our life. But more than that is like, I have so much stuff I'm doing where if I'm mixing those toxins in my mind and my body, I'm not going to be as efficient. I'm not going to communicate properly. I'm not going to stay in shape, work out 5 days a week, traveling. And I have to remain professional. Like I owe it to myself.
Yeah, you're right, man. If you have and the crazy part about rappers is they kind of already have some type of imbalance, and it's like you're adding more imbalance to the system when you do drugs. How the fuck do you create a good product? Sometimes it happens, but
I don't tell other men what to do with their body, but it hurts me when a rapper is convincing himself that he only makes good music when he's on a certain substance.
yeah.
It's like, bro, all the guys at the top are smart enough to know to not do it. Like, okay, if you do it once in a while because your accomplishments paid off and you want to enjoy your night and you deserve it. Like a lot of people, I tell them, don't even go to the club unless you deserve it. Did you work? Did you make money? Did you win here? Did you win there? Why are you going out every fucking weekend?
Right.
Why? Did you fucking earn it? I earned it. That's why I'm going out. There's a reason for this.
Yeah.
So these rappers, you know, they drink, they smoke, they do lean, they think they're cool. You're just hurting your future. You're just shortening your lifespan in this industry.
Right.
And one day you're going to be hooked on it and you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen to you then?
I like how you said that though, like how you kind of had to earn your celebrations. Like my friend used to always say that. He said you have to earn your Friday because he used to say like, if you didn't grind enough throughout the week, if you didn't get enough done, why are you partying on Friday? You just wasted Friday, Saturday from the hangover, Sunday from the hangover. It's like now you're just back to square one on Monday.
You're teaching yourself to reward yourself for nothing. You're training your brain to give yourself a treat when you didn't work for it. So then your dopamine responses are not accurately in line.
It's probably the coldest shit that's ever been said on this podcast. Okay.
You have to control your mind in a way where you reward yourself based on what you do. And like I said earlier, create your luck, preparing for the opportunity. Another reason why I don't drink. If you drink, that opportunity is in front of you. You might not realize it. You might fumble it. You might miss it. And you only get a couple opportunities in your life to really make a big difference and level up.
For sure.
So someone's going to be in front of you one day and you're not going to be ready for that opportunity, or you're going to fuck it up because you're slurring your words and your eyes are all red, whatever it is. That's not going to happen to me. I'm not gonna let that happen. I take this stuff seriously, bro.
Absolutely.
And working with these rappers too, I gotta be careful. I gotta make sure I'm on point. I'm producing this. I'm telling them do this. I'm running around here. I got video. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta be on point.
Yeah, absolutely. Man.
You drink?
I quit last year. And then I had a relapse on January 1st, and then but after that I went back to normal. I was sober again. But it was like the worst. Good. Like once I relapsed, everything went bad for like 4 or 5 days, and I was like, man, God is literally telling me to stay away from this shit. I'm going to stay away from this shit. Like immediately. I don't think God doesn't play around.
Good.
God, like when he sees you going backwards, he pushes the universe against you. And if you don't read those signs, that's when you crash out, where there's no going back after that. Like, all right, man, I kept giving you signs. You didn't stop. Boom, you're done.
I 100% agree with you, bro.
Can you talk about your projects that you got coming out?
Yeah, I'm going to drop that remix, that T Grizzly, First Day Out remix soon with another 5 remixes, so a remix pack. And then I'm going to do these one-off songs, whatever I feel like. Let's just ride this wave for right now.
When can people expect the First Day Out remix?
In about a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, in about a month. Yeah.
I bet.
It's going to be a good remix. I mean, there's so many ways to remix it, right? You have that long introduction, which is just, the talk. And then the beat drops. So I can frame it that way, or I can just run the whole song up. So I'm still developing this structure.
It's cool because you're kind of combining Helluva, T Grizzly, and your sound together, right?
Oh, Helluva and I are working on a collab too.
Really?
Yeah. So I want to put some Detroit sounds into the house music.
Yeah, you and Helluva would be phenomenal together, man.
Dogface.
The reason that's
shout
really
out
cool,
Dogface.
Shout out Dogface, my dog. Dogface was come on in a couple weeks. The reason it's even more insane is because First Day Out, even though that song's timeless, it's about time for like a good remix, like a really good remix of that.
I should have been did that.
But now it's kind of the time though. It's kind of like, all right, it's been hot for so long. All right, let's get the flame back real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rio. Yeah, Rio. Yeah, you and Rio would work crazy together.
Everyone's telling me about Rio right now.
Yeah, you and Rio would go
Rio,
crazy.
let's run it up.
For sure. Man, look, I appreciate you doing this, man, especially hearing, Keldian too, man. It's good to see our people really, doing something incredible for the music scene, the entertainment scene. A scene that our parents try to push us away from, but ultimately, we both found success in our own rights towards it, showing that you can do it no matter what anybody says or whoever pushes you back from it. But also to hear your accolades and what you've done to get this far is incredible. I look forward to the sounds, and I'm really actually looking forward for the First Day Out drop. So, man, shit, if I could get a pre-release of that bitch, I'd appreciate it.
I got you. Bro.
We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Level Visual, shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.
We're